on, just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Los
Hollywood Kev,
and welcome to another episode of The Noize, being recorded on a Saturday as it normally is, unless some shit go down that we cannot record on a Saturday. People of The Noize, our Noizites,
I like that,
Noizites. I'm trying to think, what's another good name we can give them? Boom, you know, it's called The Noize. We're gonna call it, hey, they the ear hustlers.
Hey, that works.
Our ear hustlers out there that know us personally, that actually have our numbers. Why? Why? On every Saturday, y'all gotta ask, hey, what you doing?
And then proceed to tell us how much they listen to the show.
Proceed to tell us every day, oh man, I love the show. Love the show, man. I love what y'all did last week. It's so dope. For the last 34 weeks, we have been recording this show on a Saturday, unless something comes up and we just can't record and nothing comes out, or something does eventually come out, whatever the case may be. We've been doing this show for 34 weeks. Why? Why? What you doing? Especially if you just saw I got off work, Kev got off work. You know what's coming next, the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going off on anybody. Not, you know what I'm saying? Not at all. But this is almost like asking Donald Trump, why don't you fuck with black people? You know why he doesn't. So just let it go. Leave it at that. But to all the ear hustlers, and yes, that's what I'm really about to start calling these guys. Rocking with the ear hustlers. It's The Noize.
All right.
So to all the ear hustlers, we appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of The Noize, the 34th episode. Yo, we've been running with this.
I was just thinking, we almost a year in.
Almost a year in. Yeah, man. This come, August? Yeah. It's looking good. And it's a lot of great things on the way. A whole lot of great things. Can't really spoil it, but just know great things are on the way. And I think y'all going to start seeing the Hollywood and Hollywood Kev a little bit, foreshadowing. Kev, what's good, Brody? How you living, man?
Same old, another day. The weather's getting nice. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, before it becomes hot the fuck.
Yeah. It's but right now I deal with it. We in the mid 80s. That's lovely. Birthday's coming up.
Yes, sir. What we doing?
I don't know, but I definitely want to do something. Last year I
said Cali, but
yeah,
I think you ignored that text.
What? No, that might be the true thing. Like my bro's supposed to come out here, so I'm already off work. So truly, that may be the move. I think back a couple months ago, I had already reserved a rental. You know what I mean? So Cali may be the move.
Hey, I'll definitely go in on the rental with you.
Yeah,
it's whatever.
Cali may be the move. If Cali is not the move, then I'm probably going to tear these Vegas streets up. Reno? What is in Reno?
I don't know, but Reno. Nah, I'm cool.
I go to Arizona before I go to Reno.
Shit. I go to Butte, Montana before I go to Reno. Now, from what I hear about Reno, it's like it's the casino and then it's just depression everywhere else.
Yeah,
like, it's not much out there.
Yeah, people say, the friends I've had that went to school, they say it's cool when school is in session.
Yeah, I heard University of Reno crack.
School is cool in session, but once it's out of session, it's like a ghost town. I don't want
that
no
makes
parts
sense.
Of that.
Yo, that's probably how it is for the cats that go to the University of Barstow College.
Oh, it has to be.
It has to be.
There's no way you sitting in Barstow. Oh, someone breaking Barstow? And they go, why?
Like for what? What are you doing?
Right. What is the purpose?
Have you ever drove downtown Barstow?
They have it downtown.
Exactly. Same thing me and Jay said.
I truly did not know they had it downtown.
Last time we went to LA together, dude, we had to take like a little detour or whatever because our usual, y'all drive to LA. So we had to go downtown Barstow. And we didn't know we was in downtown Barstow until we saw a sign that said downtown Barstow.
So what does it look like? Like a whole bunch of fast food joints?
It's a mall that really looks like a Walmart. I feel like it was a Walmart. They just like, yo, take the groceries out. We're going to get this bitch lit. And then they just started putting clothes and like more clothes and nail shops and shit like that in there. It's a music store out there. And then it's just a bunch of random stuff, like a bunch of real local stuff.
I've never met anyone that says they are from Barstow.
Never. Not once.
I hear different cities in California all the time. I've never heard anybody say, yeah, I'm born and raised in Barstow.
That's how I was with finding out people were born and raised here. I really didn't find out anybody was born and raised in Vegas. I came to Vegas, let me see, in 98. I didn't hear the first person say, oh, yeah, I was born and raised here till about 2002 maybe.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people saying they came from different places.
Right.
So I can agree with you on that one.
Yeah, that's
Barstow, downtown Barstow.
Downtown Barstow.
Y'all go take a look at downtown Barstow, take some pictures and shit. I ain't going, so send me the pictures.
And if you born and bred from Barstow, shout out to you. What did y'all do during the come up in Barstow? Like, can you imagine a drug dealer in Barstow? Can you trust a dime bag out of Barstow? Actually, yes, you can.
You probably could.
They probably go out to L.A. and get that flame.
Yeah, you probably
and bring it
could.
back. But how long do you think it will take to get pinched as a drug dealer in Barstow?
That's a really good question because it can either be extremely easy or extremely hard. It doesn't seem like there's a medium.
Right, exactly. I feel like Barstow being 20 minutes big, it's probably fairly easy. I'm pretty sure they know that Craig.
But do they care?
Probably not, because I feel like
it's Barstow.
The cops out there getting high too, more than likely.
They probably are. You got to if you're going to live there. If you're going to be a cop there, you got to live there, right?
Yo, you ever notice those random houses on the way to L.A.? Like, you're just driving, it's just like dirt house, and not just a regular house, like beautiful house.
I speed
nice
past
ass
those.
car.
Those ain't getting me caught up. I speed past those.
It is very Get Out looking.
Yeah,
that's true.
I speed past it.
Yo, speaking of Get Out,
What happened?
Y'all know this is the noise. We get off subject often. We haven't even gotten on the subject yet.
No, we haven't.
But speaking of Get Out, I was late to the game.
You just recently saw it?
Just saw it not too long ago.
What is wrong with you?
I mean,
I thought you saw that a while back.
No. Because I would have been said what I'm about to say. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
See, this goes back to me saying you are a tough critic.
Not at all.
I thought it was great. I thought it was very creative. I thought it was different. I enjoyed it through and throughout. I thought it was tripped out. I wasn't too pleased with the ending, but in that particular scenario, what other ending could you really get?
I thought it was tripped out, but it really didn't get tripped out until the end. And the only reason I say that is because remember when we had the conversation before and I was saying that this seems like a comedy that's not supposed to be a comedy? And I had that exact same feeling. Now, I felt that way prior to even seeing it because I really wanted to see the movie. But after I saw it, I was just like, this just seems like an uncomfortable interracial relationship. Like that's all it seems like.
And I think this is the artist that I see when he was creating this is it's supposed to affect different races of people differently. You know what I mean? Like we aren't supposed to feel the same way about the movie as white people.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think for us it was more so like you said, kind of a comment like we looking at like, yeah, we do go through that shit if we date. And for the white people, they looking like, wait a minute.
What is this?
Right. So this is what you know. I think it was a little bit different.
The storytelling, let me at least say that. The storytelling was brilliant. I thought the way he painted this picture to create this tripped out, twist basically, I thought was brilliant. Especially like people really didn't notice a lot of the storytelling aspects of it, like when they killed the deer. Yeah. That was to show that he was such a pacifist. He was just against violence because of what happened to his moms. And then fast forward to what happened at the end. I ain't gonna spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. Fast forward to what happened to the end. You're like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Well, then again, you saw it in the commercials that he was stomping somebody out. So
yeah, but I think it was a lot of symbolism throughout the entire movie.
Tons.
Throughout the entire
and I thought, honestly, that as far as a cinematic, feature, I thought that was great. But just as far as everybody was like, yo, that shit was scary as hell. And
now, I ain't never heard nobody say it was scary.
I've heard a lot of people say that it was suspenseful, rather. No. Suspenseful.
I don't fuck with scary movies. Say what you want. I kick your ass.
Pussy.
I don't fuck with scary movies. So I didn't find this movie scary at all. I find it was more of a thriller to me. Yeah, but it was more intriguing. You know what I mean? It was thought provoking.
If I was in Jordan Peele's position.
Oh, he's stupid. I would have left a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
Dude, hey, I would have been left.
I never went.
You probably right.
I'd have got topped off by the white girl and been like, all right, well, God bless you. Left it at that. But I think Jordan Peele, I would have enjoyed it more because when I saw the commercials, I thought I was going to basically see another version of what's it called? It's not called Lights Out. Blind dude killing everybody. Don't breathe.
I still got to see that.
Amazing movie. Now watch Don't Breathe, and then you'll see what I'm talking about when it comes down to Get Out. When I saw Get Out, I was truly expecting a don't breathe for interracial relationships, to where you don't need, you know, a monster or a supernatural being to be just like on the edge of your seat. Don't Breathe was just an hour and a half of pure clenching cheek. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to get the liquid squirts. You feel me? I was expecting that out of Get Out, and I didn't get it.
No, I don't. Maybe because I wasn't expecting too much. I think I got what I expected outside of the ending, but I look at movies in a different pair of eyes. You know what I mean? Than what I did years back. So to me, I'm looking at the creative aspect. I'm looking at the storytelling. I'm looking at the different things that are taking place into the movie that some people may not have catched until they go back and watch it two or three more times.
I do as well.
You
That's
know what
probably
I mean?
why I'm such a harsh critic of movies, because I look at all that.
Yeah, I was looking at different. I think I was able to separate what he was trying to do from the entertainment. Was I entertained? Yes. Was I entertained as much as I thought I was going to be? Probably not as much, but I was able to separate what his debut and what he was trying to do versus the entertainment factor.
Right.
Now I'm interested to see, because he has a new one. Well, I don't think it's just him. It says the creators of Get Out. That new movie Slight.
Yeah.
That looks interesting.
Now here's my issue with Slight. It's a WWE film.
What do you mean?
It's produced by WWE.
Oh.
And they have had nothing but bullshit come out.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I can't think of a single WWE
Right.
movie that was like
okay, but
good.
we have to look at it this way. They could be producing it, but maybe they're not as hands on. Maybe.
Oh,
just
no,
maybe.
no,
But I'm saying in this case,
Vince McMahon is hands on with everything.
I know, but I'm saying in
does.
this case, maybe they're kind of using the WWE's backing,
Using
in
the
this
name.
case.
No, I can see that.
At least that's what I'm hoping for. Because, like you said, WWE ain't put out nothing.
Nothing.
Worth.
You can't think of one good.
Yeah.
Even the only movie I saw from WWE that had potential to be good and still let me down was See No Evil.
Yeah, that.
And that's taking like a childhood fear of Kane and bringing it to the movies. It's like, okay, this is about to be dope, and it was just whack.
Yeah, you're right.
And then think about the cast they put in their movies. You know, the bad guy in Slight is what was the name of the movie? Psych is the black guy from the show Psych.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That guy actually, I mean, he has a pretty long resume actually.
No, his resume is thorough, but do you take him seriously as a bad guy? Could you take him, because you haven't seen the movie, could you take him seriously as a bad guy?
Possibly.
All
Possibly because me personally, I don't put nothing past anybody.
Okay. So
I was once. I mean, we've seen movies where a little old lady that looks all innocent is a fucking demon. I don't put nothing past nobody.
True, but how it was done was dope. So that means you enjoyed Morris Chestnut as a bad guy with the movie with Steven Seagal and Ja Rule.
No, that movie was terrible from the beginning.
But
They had Steven Seagal in there.
But it was Morris Chestnut as a bad guy. Could you see Morris Chestnut as a bad guy?
I can see anybody as a bad guy.
Not Morris Chestnut.
I can see anybody as a bad guy. Anybody, and this goes for real life. Once they push that limit, everybody's a killer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I put that in the same way with movies. I mean, yeah, granted, it's a little bit hard seeing somebody who may be as the what's normally Morris Chestnut is normally the ladies' man in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, yes, it's hard to see somebody in that light majority of their career playing a villain, yes, but that doesn't mean I couldn't put it past it. Now, if you want to give me like a diehard comedian, then yeah, I'm not. You can't convince me Adam Sandler is a bad guy. No. I would not go watch that movie. Same with Kevin Hart.
Very true.
You can't put Kevin Hart in a villainous role and expect me to watch it with.
Unless it's a comedic villainous role.
Exactly. You know what I mean? He's playing like that. He's the boss, but he's really stupid as shit.
You know who was able to do really good at that?
Who?
Robin Williams. He played.
Right.
It wasn't called 1 Hour Photo. What was it? Was it called? It was called 1 Hour Photo. He played a bad guy in that. He played a bad guy in another movie with I want to say it was Robert De Niro. No, Al Pacino.
You're right.
I forgot what that movie's called, but he did an excellent job in that.
He was really good at it, but I think that goes to him at the beginning of his career, or one of his I don't want to say breakout because he was acting before then, but one of the films that he's mostly remembered for is Get Will Hunting.
Oh yeah, this is his first Academy
right?
Award.
And I don't even think he was playing a actual comedic role in that sense.
Right.
So right off top, you got a different light of Robin Williams. So
Right.
I think he was a little bit more diverse. I think it's harder for people that come out straight out of the gate comedian to try to play a bad guy. You know what I mean? You can't. Dave Chappelle, out of the gate comedian. Can't see him playing no villain role.
Man, Dave Chappelle, he's too animated to try to do anything other than comedy.
Exactly.
And
you
if
know what I
he
mean?
is going to be in something other than comedy, he's the comedic relief. But I think, and a lot of people actually kind of shitted on this movie. I thought it was but Adam Sandler's movie, Happy People.
I'm not watching anything with Adam Sandler in it.
Trust me, you're not necessarily missing anything. Like I said, I just thought it was But when he is one of the comedic reliefs while trying to do something serious, he doesn't do too horrible at it. You know, so it's just like some people do surprise you, but then there are certain cats that are entirely too animated, not just in their dialogue, but, you know, facially. Right. You know, that you legitimately just can't take them serious.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that. But in case with this movie Slight, I'm hoping it's good. I'm a big superhero buff, even though I know this person isn't necessarily Marvel or DC. I just like the whole supernatural elements in movies. You know what I mean? I like that. So hopefully they're just using WWE's backing, and maybe they're not really too much hands on. I'm hoping, because like you said, I wouldn't want to watch nothing that WWE has their full hands on
at all. Yeah. Another thing that scares me is that I believe it's either PG or PG-13.
If it's PG, I'm not watching
it. And it's a gangster movie.
If it's PG, I'm not watching it. Period. PG-13 is my limit.
Right.
That's my limit.
About as far as I go.
Yeah. Other than that, no.
So that actually isn't one of the things we're going to talk about, but you know, to the ear hustlers, y'all know how we get down. Of course, something that we absolutely have to talk about. But before we get to the piece of shit aspect of it, we definitely want to send a rest in peace to Robert Godwin and our condolences to his family.
Absolutely.
If you're not familiar with the name, that actually goes into our story. Steve Stevens, a dude from Cleveland, Ohio, went on a alleged rampage and, according to him, killed 14 people. One of those 14 people was a 74-year-old grandfather of 14, Robert Godwin, live on Facebook on Easter Sunday. Man, if there was anything to truly take away from that day, it was that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but then, you know, something great happened. He ended up getting caught in Erie, Pennsylvania, being a fat ass, trying to get a 20-piece nugget from McDonald's. And while he was being greedy.
Was it truly a 20-piece?
It was a 20-piece. And while he was waiting on his fries, you know, this is how you know you stupid as hell. If you allegedly killed 14 people and somebody says, we're cooking your fries, can you pull around front? You ain't got time to be waiting on fries. Mm-mm. You ain't have time to be in that line. Mm-mm. But anyway, since he was dumb and he was a fat ass, he decided to wait on those fries. And during the time waiting on the fries, cops pulled up, boxed him in. He couldn't get out, shot himself. So definitely right in hell, you piece of shit. Now, getting back to the situation, just speaking personally, where it completely took me out the game, like all the way, is when they said that he was on the east side.
Yeah.
And, you know, as I've said on this show many a times, that's where my family is. That's where my grandmother is. That's where my heart is. Mm-hmm. And then they said he had a video saying he was on 105 headed towards St. Clair. And I'm like, that's 20 minutes walking from where my grandmother's at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blowing people up. I'm hitting everybody's phone like, look, turn on the news. Only to find out local news ain't even reporting it. Mm-hmm. Like, bruh.
It's a lot of people. That was the same thing. It's a lot of people that back home they didn't even know what was going on.
They heard from other people.
Yeah, if they either heard from other people or they heard from Facebook. Right. Social media was their news.
Right.
You know what I mean?
CNN was reporting it before Channel 5 was reporting it.
But CNN even reported it 2 hours after he killed the man on Facebook.
Yep.
You know I clearly saw my own. I seen when the video went up. I didn't.
No, because local didn't start reporting it until 2 hours after. CNN was running it for a while.
Yeah, but I'm saying CNN ran it after a good time after he went on Facebook and did this. That's why the video got posted to Facebook because nobody was saying anything. This man now the guy he killed on Facebook. I don't know what number, place, you know, I don't know if this is the last person he killed or the first person he killed, but if he was people was allegedly saying that he was on this rampage, you know what I mean, was trying to get media attention. It wasn't getting attention. That's why the video went up.
Right.
Because they were like, hey, this shit is happening.
Someone got to talk about this.
Yeah,
right?
this is happening. You know what I mean? But like you going to what you said, no major news outlet, whether it been national or local, was reporting it. It was coming from social media.
And that's one thing that truly pissed me off about the city of Cleveland, at least when it comes down to their media and their law enforcement. This dude is updating you
telling you where he's at.
He's on Facebook Live telling you where he at, where he's going, and what he's gonna do. Now, they never found the 14 bodies he was talking about, you know. So to me, I'm like, now you're probably just looking for attention. You know, he is a little sensitive little bitch at the end of the day. But the fact that it took damn near 3 hours for you to break into your regularly scheduled program to cut off Dharma and Greg and be like, yo, this is what's going on. Bro, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I've been saying this for a while. The fact that this man was able to get to Erie, Pennsylvania, which I know for a fact you have to pay a toll to cross over like that. So y'all just let this dude who, you know, is all over the news. Everybody done seen his face. Everybody done seen his car. You still let him pay a toll? And it took a McDonald's worker. And shout out to that McDonald's worker too for thinking on her feet.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That man, because the person at the toll booth was just like, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. Welcome to Pennsylvania.
Welcome to Pennsylvania. Erie's right down the street. It took a McDonald's worker to identify this man and to get him caught up.
And then they're trying to say that they're debating if they should give this McDonald's worker the $50K or not.
How can you debate that? Why would you put out a $50,000 reward? First of all, everybody said if you see this man, don't be a hero. Don't try to stop him. Don't try to kill him. None of that. $50,000 for information to lead to him,
you're right.
to lead to him being caught.
Information.
She gave him up. She said, yo, can you pull out to the front? Cops came. He killed himself. That's $50,000 to her.
Absolutely.
And as Ply said, give her motherfucking money. Get that motherfucker a promotion. No goddamn employee of the month. You know what I'm saying? Like, she deserves everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
She deserves all that. Who cares if it's outside of Ohio? Y'all couldn't do it anyway.
Exactly.
Y'all was slacking.
They was sitting there twiddling their thumbs.
Dude, and
as my coach said, walking around with the dick in their hand.
Exactly.
That's what they was doing.
And you know, I often try to sway away from love and conspiracies, but this is too obvious that they wanted him to kill himself. When they found out it was a black man going on an emotional rampage because his chick left him and the only people he was killing was black, they were like, we're gonna let this ride out. Because who else is pushing a white whip? Huge, damn near 300-pound dude with a beard.
Bald with a beard.
And when everybody was saying, oh, we saw him in Philly, that does kind of describe like everybody from Philly. But this dude in Cleveland, and we can't find him, but there's a video of him saying, I'm going up 105 right now to St. Clair. He told you where he was at.
His car, and this was an article I read, and it had a lot of people who commented on the article were owners of this particular car. This car is equipped with satellite information. It's like for something like this.
Exactly.
They could have tracked his car.
Y'all can find a car and tow it all day.
Yeah, and seen exactly where he was going and when he was going. Just like they were using his cell phone to ping which towers he was nearby. They had plenty of opportunities to catch this guy.
Plenty.
And chose not to.
And now let's just say that this caseworker somehow turned into Chris Dorner and was able to turn off his satellite or whatever. This man was updating Facebook, which automatically update your location. How do you not know where he's at?
It goes to like I said, they didn't want to catch him.
They didn't want to catch him.
Yeah, I mean they didn't want to catch him, and it's funny because if we see them do it all the time to young guys that be flashing on Snapchat or Facebook. Oh yeah, they got drugs and they go catch them immediately.
Remember the mannequin challenge bus?
Yeah, exactly. Caught them immediately.
Caught them the next day.
But this guy, we can't find him. We can't find him.
Dude, I'm telling you, and I don't care how anybody feels about it. When you're black and you're on a rampage, they don't want to take you in. They want you to off yourself or they're going to kill you. Now, I brought up his name earlier, but Chris Dorner's a solid example. Now, he has military training. Yeah. So he's able to finesse the cops.
Yeah, in that particular situation, I remember what was going on. It was that situation is different for me. But
that's another sketchy situation. Yeah. But he was able to finesse the cops. And there's audio and video of a cop saying, burn it down. Oh, Chris Dorner, he shot first. You didn't hear. Y'all just burnt the house down. Y'all don't have plans on catching any of these dudes.
And if we go into love and conspiracy on that one, they never really said if they recovered this man's body.
Yeah. Well, who? Chris Dorner?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they said it. They said it. He basically burnt to ash. He's the first person to burn to ashes in a house fire.
In a house fire
That they started, just to weed him out. That's a whole nother story.
Exactly.
The other dude, my man, that shot up, that shot those cops at the Black Lives Matter protest. Now, granted, I say again, rest in peace to those officers. They definitely didn't deserve what happened to them. But y'all were able to hem him up in the garage, and y'all blew him up. Ain't nobody going to trial. So it really takes y'all 3 days to catch a caseworker, a dude that works with children.
Yeah,
with no military background whatsoever. Now, the dude in the garage, he was a militant, quote unquote, who didn't have a Facebook at his age, didn't have an ex-girlfriend at his age, didn't have family at his age that would speak out and say who he is. He didn't exist before that happened.
That dude was just an only child monk who just came to America to fuck shit up.
Exactly. He was born on his own. He just popped up in the earth.
He was born in the wilderness some damn where.
And y'all blew him to ashes. Another blown to ashes thing. You got Chris Dorner, set him on fire, and now you have Steve Stevens. Now with Steve Stevens, I'm so happy he killed himself. Yeah,
he deserved. I think this is one of the rare times where you see a black person doing this kind of thing. B, you see other black people like, get him the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, kill him. That's the only time you'll ever hear black people requesting you to kill a black person.
Yeah, they get him the fuck up out of here. But now that I'm thinking about it, what I'm seeing from him always on the Facebook and updating his status, so on and so forth, that shows me that dude was begging for attention.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and this made me think, because what we were talking about earlier, maybe he really didn't kill 14 people. Maybe this person on Facebook could have been his only one, because it seems like he's screaming for too much attention.
Too much attention, right?
You know what I mean?
Like, why are you on Facebook Live having a conversation with your frat brother?
Yeah, you on Facebook Live, you doing this, you kill this guy, and then all of a sudden, I killed 14 other people. It just seems like a big cry for attention. And when shit hit the fan, you ain't want to face the music, you off yourself. Right. So you should die in hell.
And that's another thing too. As a member of a fraternal organization, please, y'all, shut the fuck up saying that, see, these fraternities making cats crazy. I'm in a fraternity, and I did whatever I had to do to get into my fraternity. And I've battled depression for quite some time. I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't even want to cuss anybody out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand people deal with depression differently, but some people just go crazy. Yeah. Is what it is. It has nothing to do with his organization affiliation. It has nothing to do with what he may have done to get into that organization. Some people just lose it eventually. You could tell that man was dead behind his eyes. Whatever he went through as a child up to the point of that day, that's what fucked him up. Not the organization he's a part of. Right. And I remember I put out this long post on Facebook where I just had to vent for a little bit. And I was, urging black men, get out. Get yourself checked out. If you feel like you're going through something, seek help. It's not, it don't make you a bitch. And I still stand by that. But I actually want to kind of retract that, because I don't think it was a mental illness. Sometimes when you're a bitch, you do bitch things. Oh yeah. And I think that's what this was.
Oh, in his case, I don't believe that he had any type of mental. None. I don't believe that shit. And the reason behind it is because this seems like it was stemming from a woman. Okay. And in these Facebook rants, he's saying all she has to do is call me. And then in one of them, he's admitting I fucked up. Right. I know I fucked up. Right. So that tells me that you made a permanent decision on an emotional basis, and you knew you fucked up. Right. You know what I mean? By him,
he did all that for her to see it.
Exactly. That's all it was.
And speaking of the woman, I'm also addressing anybody who may have possibly said it. First of all, I know that the ear hustlers don't do anything like that because they're like us. They think like us. But to anybody out there that's blaming her for these murders,
kill yourself.
Eat a dick. Just please.
A whole one.
Go find a whole dick and just nom nom nom. Tear it the fuck up. Yeah. Because that's so retarded.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why would you blame her?
Absolutely. Hell, it even got to the point where people, I seen on Twitter this one lady who had the same name. They were were in her mentions going hard. And she's like, wait a minute, I don't even know this dude. Right. You know what I mean? But
she said my pussy ain't good enough to kill for.
But you don't blame that woman for that.
At all.
Because at the end of the day, we don't know their background. You know what I mean? We don't know what their relationship was, how long we don't know none of that. And
you don't know anything that happened that day, let alone their relationship.
Right. And quite frankly, their relationship isn't our business.
None whatsoever.
I mean? So you don't sit there and you don't blame that woman for that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she probably, even without people saying it to her, she probably feels like it was her fault.
Oh yeah, she probably feels all the guilt.
Yeah,
and that's why everybody was like,
and that's not fair to her.
Why didn't she come out and say something earlier? I don't think people understand what witness protection is. I don't think people understand what you can and can't fucking do when you're in witness protection. It's irritating, dude.
It is.
It's really irritating.
Because it just goes back to one of the previous shows we said. We've watched the greatness and the not so great of social media.
Oh, yeah.
And this was definitely
and it's a lot of not so great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of it. Like we said before, for you to blame this woman, and she clearly had nothing to do with whatever. Hell, for all we know, they could have been broken up for months.
Right.
And this nigga decided to snap out.
That today was the day.
You know what I mean? So for y'all blaming her, like Lo said, eat a dick.
And let me say this, because I had somebody in my inbox that I low-key had to snap on, and he's from out here, and he know where I'm at, but we'll just leave it at that. But it was a member of the same fraternity he was a part of, and when I made my statement that he said to one of his brothers when he was on the phone, I reached out to y'all. Y'all just, y'all just shoved me off. Y'all thought I was playing or whatever. Fraternity or not, family or not, if there's somebody that you truly bang with and they're reaching out to you, don't just brush that shit off, because it's real. Because you don't know what can happen. Who knows what one conversation with you can change?
Absolutely.
Who knows that if that brother actually was there to listen, what that can change? And that's no slight to the organization. So, dude, that was in my inbox, you know where I'm at. But if this is something we pledge to be, if we pledge for this brotherhood, that's what we have to do. It doesn't just end once you're done doing what you do.
Right.
This shit is eternal. Like, this shit goes. You know what I mean? So, and again, outside of even being in a fraternity, you my nigga. If you had to come to me and talk to me about something, you don't hesitate. You always do. Except for when you're being, on your selfish shit or whatever. But that's another case.
This guy.
But I would never understand that. How can someone feel like they can't go to somebody that they call a brother, that they call a friend?
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you 100% on that, especially when it comes to friends. I have friends that may have reached out to me. You know what I mean? We may not see each other every day or kick it every day. Hell, we go months without saying nothing, but that love is still there. You know what I mean? They reach out to me, hey, I need your advice on this, and vice versa. You know what I mean? When you, like you said, when you really bang with somebody, you know what I mean? You don't shun them off because you don't know. Like, you hit it right on the nail. That one conversation could have possibly prevented all this. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm placing blame on that organization. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, one conversation could have saved it, but at that same time, it could have not saved it. You know what I mean? Person could have had that conversation. He could have still went out and did what he had to do. But as this brotherhood that you guys have, it's your job to at least listen. You know what I mean? Even if it's to listen and be like, yo, this dude is off his shit.
Yeah, let him vent
me
and
call
snitch.
somebody. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You're going to save a life that way. That's all it takes.
Exactly. And that's exactly where I was going. Like you said, you hit it right on. It's brotherhood in every sense of the word. It's
every sense of the word. It's everybody's first principle. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that Sigmas are completely squeaky clean and, so it ain't some bros out here that be on some fuck shit. But I know, as far as my experiences as a Sigma, outside of even having to go to vent somebody, and I've told you this before, there's nowhere I can't go in this country that I won't have a place to lay my head. Nowhere. Because I have that kind of brotherhood with these different kind of Sigmas, and I know other organizations have that. But to have something like that and not be able to reach out to those people, and again, not saying that particular organization, I'm saying that particular situation, to not be able to reach out to those people for that, for that solace, that's pitiful.
Yeah.
That is absolutely pitiful.
And hell, it even goes past organization. Because I'm pretty sure this man could have reached out to some of the people in his family or friends or whatever the case is.
Well, it sounded like his family wasn't really the greatest either.
Okay, well, friends, I'm pretty sure he reached. Well, I can't even say I'm pretty sure. There's a chance he could have reached out to more than just his frat brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it goes for whoever he may have reached out as well. You got to do the same thing. Listen. You know what I mean? And I encourage everybody, our listeners, if you got somebody that's not really themselves for whatever reason, listen to them, see what's going on. You know what I mean? Even if you don't know what to do at that moment and it's serious, then you can get some type of outside help to prevent situations like this.
To prevent, exactly.
The world watched a man get executed on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah, which is wild.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not only is that wild because we're in that day and age, but think about long-term how it desensitizes stuff. This man just set a staple for anybody else that wants to seek attention to do the same thing.
Do the exact same thing. You're
so now
correct.
Next, we don't have just one elderly guy getting executed. We got some sicko kidnapping people and executing them live that way.
You see every year somebody shooting up something.
Exactly.
So the next guy.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So not only does it fuck us up, the adults, but think about the younger generation.
Facebook,
you know what I mean? Those kids on Facebook. Now they're becoming desensitized.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's not going to have...
They have too much of the real world just at their fingertips.
Exactly. And in long term for those kids, it's going to fuck the world up even more.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to nip this shit in the bud immediately.
Right.
You know, and that's going to start at home, at these fraternities, at counseling, at wherever you may be. It's going to start there.
Mm-hmm. Now, I completely agree. I saw my first dead body at 7 years old when we were living in the jungles out in L.A. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't leave you.
No, I don't think nothing like that does.
And it really doesn't leave you when you heard the shots the night before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's something that sticks with you. It's something I'll never forget. So just imagine being a 7-year-old. I don't know if they have 7-year-olds on Facebook, but imagine being a 13, 14-year-old on Facebook and you just watch somebody get murdered.
Exactly.
And you know it ain't a movie. You know he's really dead.
And think about, like, in your experience. Now, I'm pretty sure if we was to go outside and see a dead body, we'd be like, oh, shit, what the fuck?
Right.
But it'd be a little bit different had it been your first.
Right. Had it been the first, it'd be like, oh, no.
Exactly. The same with me. I had to really dull it down. Like, the neighborhood I was living in before I moved out, it was pretty bad. Mm-hmm. You know, I hear gunshots and stuff like that, but I'm accustomed to that. It get to the point now where I'm at my house now, and I'm like, it's too quiet.
Right.
I need some sort of noise.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm comfortable in an environment where I hear gunshots down the block. Mm-hmm. Even though I know could be life-threatening, mm-hmm. I'm comfortable in that environment. What Kendrick say on his song? Don't take me out of my element.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's what I've done for the better. And by all means, I'm definitely going to stay outside of my element. But I'm saying...
ain't nobody rushing back
right,
to the element.
I'm saying to say situations like that desensitize you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm desensitized to gunshots.
Right.
So imagine these kids that are going to be desensitized to somebody getting killed right in front of their face. Mm-hmm. Imagine what that's going to do to them.
And another disclaimer, we're not trying to humanize this dickhead. I say again, may he ride in hell, burn slow. Put him on that little grill master joint.
Crispity, crackety, crunchity, cool.
Just circulate him. And make sure he don't get no bathroom privileges. I don't know how they get down to hell, but make sure he don't get none of that. We're not trying to humanize this dude. We're just really trying to help people understand that don't understand, and almost carry on with other people that do understand what they're saying. Get help.
That's really what it is. Get help.
Someone's willing to listen. Whether you got to pay for it, whether you got to just stop a random motherfucker in the street. Get help.
Absolutely.
All it takes is one conversation to just dead situations like that. Man, let's get off of this though. This is just because it's going to be a real angry episode. But unfortunately, we can't break out of the depressing just yet. Of course, as y'all know, after beating a double homicide, Aaron Hernandez allegedly killed himself in his prison cell. Mm-hmm. I say allegedly because until I hear something about him having CTE, until I hear something about him having bipolar disorder, anything like that, it's really hard to believe that a man who had that much love for his daughter and his family is going to kill himself after beating a double homicide. And you're starting the appeal process for the murder that you're in there for. Yeah,
you hit it on there. I don't want to stick on this subject too much, but but you hit it right on there. I'm very skeptical. You know what I mean? I want to encourage people also question damn near everything.
Yeah, you kind of have to at this point.
Question everything. When something just don't feel right in your gut, go with that gut. I'm not saying you got to completely abandon logic,
right?
But kind of go with your gut and be like, wait a minute, something don't seem right here. In this particular case, something just seems off.
And don't come up with random ass conspiracies. Don't say it was a gay agenda or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Just ask the right questions.
Exactly.
Now, either way, we all know that Aaron Hernandez is out of here, of course. Mm-hmm. And to my knowledge, he is a murderer. Until something is shown differently, at least with that first murder.
Yeah, at least that first murder.
Because that one's a little hard to truly defend that he didn't do. There's way too much evidence going against him on that one. But I know he was starting the appeal process. Mm-hmm. And the dude that was his lawyer was the same dude that got Casey Anthony off. Mm-hmm. So, to my knowledge, he's a murderer. So, we all kind of know where he went. But the fact that it happened is kind of like you just beat.
Exactly.
And you just started the appeal on the third. Why now?
Exactly. It would have made a little bit more sense during the appeal process for the double if he did it. I could have kind of said, okay, maybe he just got fed up with it. He didn't think he was going to get this appeal right here. Okay, fine. But for a man to kind of, I don't even want to say see light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe he saw a flicker of light by beating that double and starting the appeal. It's kind of hard for somebody to take their life. How long was he in jail already?
I know he's for sure over a year.
Yeah, I mean, it might be even 2.
Yeah, it's been some time.
He was in there. So it just, like you said, man, why now?
Why now, right?
It just seems really off. And then I've never been in jail, never been in a holding cell, none of that. But to my knowledge, them cells ain't made for the larger human. You know what I mean? They're not made for big
a whole
people.
lot of body dude.
You know what I mean? Right. What is it? What do they say? It's like 10 by 16 or something of that nature?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
There's going to be a real hood ass nigga in the comments. Actually, bruh.
I don't know what it is, but this man is 6'2", 200 plus.
Right.
And he hung himself with bed sheets in a jail cell.
Now that's not necessarily far fetched, only because cats hang themselves with shoestring.
Right. I'm not saying necessarily the bed sheets is far fetched, but in a prison cell, a 1-man prison cell, which means he has no bunk bed. How the fuck did he do this?
It's a lot of questions. You know, unfortunately, we have to only go with what's being reported right now. Now, what's really kind of like, all right, y'all going too far, and it's being reported by like some of the biggest media outlets, is that he wrote 3 suicide notes, and one of them was to his gay lover in prison, and now they're saying that his first murder was to cover up his gay actions.
Yeah,
that's a little weird.
That's a little weird to me too, because I feel like if we're going by what is going on, if we're going by him killing that first guy to cover up his stuff, then when dude killed himself, that would have went to him to his grave.
Right. Yeah. Easy.
It would have made,
because he wouldn't be in there if he wasn't.
It would have made more sense to me if he did. Let's say he killed himself, had a suicide note, blam.
Right.
And then a gay lover comes out
and tries to say something like it's hard to defend that.
Yeah, that would have made a little bit more sense to me, opposed to him. I'm gonna kill myself right now to my gay lover.
Yeah, let me go ahead and just put my family through this BS real quick. And it just seems a little bit much.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. Again, I don't want to say. I mean, I want to say condolences to everybody involved in that particular situation. At the end of the day, somebody lost who they love when he killed this person, and at the end of the day, this little girl lost her father. For the people involved in that situation, my heart is to you. Mm-hmm. I know it's not easy, but I ain't trying to spend too much on this shit.
Yeah, just be aware, folks. That's all. I ain't gonna say stay woke, because I've been seeing some quote woke ass conspiracy theories that I'm just like, where are y'all getting this shit from? What if he was an alien and now he's returning back to the planet Zundu? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to chill that shit out, man. But let's add some light to this episode. There was another death, the death of the O'Reilly family.
We got to get a little pause thing in here. Get to the
we need some sound effects.
Yeah, we
because
get that.
This is probably one of the greatest things to happen to the black community since the Civil Rights Act was passed. I don't think people truly understand the height. Now, first of all, oh God, I just realized I said kudos to Trump last episode, and I'm about to say this. Kudos to Fox for actually following through with, you know what I'm saying, trying to build up that whole we kind of respect women thing. Now, granted, they didn't fire him because of what he did. They fired him because of the backlash they're getting from it. Mm-hmm. So still fuck him on that aspect. Mm-hmm. But for finally caving under the pressure, good job.
I think they had to, man, because this wasn't the first time.
Right.
So I think at this point they was like, look, bruh, we got to get you up out of here.
You need to chill. No, it's like I said last episode. 21st Century Fox has paid over $13 million in settlements for multiple sexual assault and sexual harassment charges. Multiple accusations. Now, take you guys on a trip down memory lane because Bill O'Reilly is one of my most favorite people ever, man. I can't wait till they do the same thing with Trump, but we'll get to that. So the most recent one that is kind of really sticking out is actually an older one. You remember his voicemail tapes? Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, so after the voicemail tapes, he still rocked with Fox for a while after that.
Minute. Now, for anybody that doesn't remember, Andrea Macris, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, she sued Bill O'Reilly and she sued Fox for $60 million.
60 million of them things.
For sexual harassment after he called her multiple times trying to get her to have phone sex. Now that I why not just try to fuck in real life? I don't understand that. Like, if you're gonna put your career at risk, bruh, this is the crazy thing, right? I looked into it more because first I just heard the tape and I thought the tape was hilarious back then and it's hilarious now. Shout out to Ludacris. Hope all is well. Kiss the plaintiff and the wifey. Shout out to Ludacris for that line. But I actually went back and I looked at everything, and as I love to do, I pulled up some excerpts from the actual from the case. So one of the things he said to McMacris was, and just use your vibrator to blow off some steam. And then she got quiet and he said, what? You got a vibrator, don't you? Every girl does. She replies, no, and no, they don't. Does your wife? Bill says, yes, in fact, she does. She'd kill me if she knew I was telling you.
Good old Bill.
But wait, all this was going on, right? Mm-hmm. They still were kicking it. They were still cool. They went to dinner in May of 2002. And Bill O'Reilly said, without, any kind of invite, maybe even seeming like she was with the shits, he said that he told another woman to purchase a vibrator and taught her how to masturbate with the vibrator while telling her sexual stories over the phone. Because she was that turned on by Bill O'Reilly's voice.
I want to know what some of these women look like.
Horrible. I guarantee they all look like Groot.
What if they're like some of the most beautiful women on the planet, though?
Then they all money hungry. Because Bill O'Reilly looked like a 90-year-old scrotum.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then unfortunately, we all saw The Hangover, so we all know what a 90-year-old scrotum looks like. But yeah, he looks like that prune that just stayed in the back of the refrigerator for like 3 years.
You forgot it was back there?
Just forgot it was back there, and you saw it was just like, ugh. I think Fox finally saw it and was like, ugh. Let's toss this shit out.
We gotta get this shit out of here.
We gotta get this up out of here. Oh, there's more. O'Reilly also said that the woman experienced her first orgasm after that. Not Miss Macris, but whoever the chick he was talking about. Mm-hmm. These are the official documents from the court case. Mm-hmm. It's over 200 pages of things that this man has said. Those were only just some of the things I wanted to touch on.
What year was this?
This was in 2002.
Mind you, so we're in 2017. This man's just getting fired. So think about that. 15 years.
15 years and $13 million later. Mm-hmm. $13 million later. He's fired. Mm-hmm. Now, I do want to read this jackass's statement. No, I ain't gonna read the whole thing, actually. He said, one of the things he said was, it is tremendously disheartening that we part ways due to completely unfounded claims. Now, here's my thing. Bill Cosby settled out of court a few times with the women that he was drugging. One of the excerpts from his actual case, when they asked him, did you drug women with the intent to have sex? He said yes. They said, did you do it without their knowledge? Before he can answer that, his lawyer cut him off. So it's like Bill Cosby settling out of these cases because he know he was out there with the putty pop and tried to dip and get his doll on. You know what I'm saying? He know what he was doing. Mm-hmm. Why do you have $13 million in settlements if you didn't do this? And then, outside of the 13 mil, in 2002, there was audio of you willing this girl on to play with herself over the phone. 15 years later, now you're fired.
Right. To my knowledge, when it comes to settlements, I always viewed it as one or two things. Either the person who's settling has done whatever they're being accused of and they want the shit to go away, or they maybe didn't, but they got enough money and they ain't trying to go through a whole court thing, so they just say, hey, get this shit out of my face. One or two things. Usually it's the latter. Right. To go into what you're saying with Bill Cosby. Like, he probably knew what he was doing and was like, yo, bro, get this shit out of my face.
He was out there shooting.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So for this dickhead O'Reilly to sit here and say that there aren't no official, like, legitimate claims, like, bro, kill yourself.
Kill yourself, quick. But you know what though? What's sad about it is that he's gonna go the Larry King way. He's gonna have like his own show online that you just gotta, that you can get to because he has the bread and he has the clout.
Most likely,
You know?
he might disappear for a little bit, take a vacation, if
Quote
you will,
unquote, right?
And do just what you said. Go the Larry King way.
Now I'm gonna
Speaking of, how old is Larry King?
I think he
got to be 112.
easy. I think he's already died twice. I believe so.
Goodness.
I could be wrong. No, I was watching.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him because he's been on top for
Yeah.
what he said 60 years. And I was watching the interview he did with Charlamagne the God over his book, which is an amazing
I gotta
interview.
get to that interview.
I don't really, try to push other shows, but Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club, he has an amazing interview with Larry King. Go to his show, Larry King Now, and listen to that interview. It was an amazing interview. He was dropping gems. But anyway, he said in that he was 60 years old, that he even interviewed Malcolm X. I'm like, damn, you interviewed Malcolm X? And you're interviewing Charlamagne the God? Bro, that's a resume. That's a resume beyond resume.
Now, see, you conspiracy theorists, you may want to look at Larry King. He might be a lizard person.
Yeah, he might be a ghost for real.
For real, like he might come from a different. There's no way this man is just old, still kicking
Right.
and moving
and making bread.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
his own brand. Larry King.
He really
works
is.
for Larry King.
He really is. I mean, we get to the point, bro. If you think about it, maybe we can get Larry King just to interview us, and we can be on.
We'll be good. I think everybody makes it after Larry King.
Yeah.
Once you make it to Larry King, you made it in life. Mm-hmm. But anyway, getting back to the Brother Prune. So I have to continue to slander his name. As we all know, Bill O'Reilly has been a huge fan of the black population.
Very.
He loves us. He loves us. He loves us just as much as Trump loved women. I had to pull a couple of his quotes to show how much he loves us. So outside of just the sexual harassment, everybody knows this man has been a known racist, even though he keeps saying, I'm not racist. I don't know racist people, yada, 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 whatever. So y'all remember when Michelle Obama said last year that slaves built the White House. His comment to that, all the reason I'm laughing because I'm thinking back to immigrants who came looking for work. Because this is almost on the exact same playing field. Slaves that worked there were well fed and had decent lodgings provided by the government. Slaves. Listen. Where's the job at for slavery? Like, why don't we see the Indeed or the LinkedIn resume for slavery? Like, if it was that good,
I don't know. Is it something that
I've never seen a slave with a W-2? Not one. Nobody's getting that refund.
Hey, you think government take taxes from slaves?
I'd imagine probably from the slave owners.
Probably. You think so?
More than likely. Well, then again, probably back then, the 3/5 rule. So how much money can you really get for a slave?
You're right.
So it can go much, much deeper. But anyway, another thing, and first of all, shout out to Mark Lamont Hill. I'm going to try everything in my power to get this black man on this show. He has been killing it for us. He has no problem going to anybody's backyard and being like, hey, what's good? So shout out to Mark Lamont Hill, but he was on his show. Bill O'Reilly said to him, to his face, say you were a cocaine dealer and you kind of look like one a little bit. Mark Lamont Hill is always a very well-dressed, well-presented black man. I ain't never seen a coke dealer in a suit since Scarface.
No, since
in New Jack City.
No, and American Gangster too.
And American Gangster, yeah, it's very true. Blue Magic.
Yeah.
But the fact that he said you kind of look like one, it had nothing to do with his suit.
Right.
It had nothing to do with his presentation. It was because he was a black man.
Absolutely. Because if I'm not mistaken, Bill was in a suit too.
Hey, very much so.
So it couldn't have been the suit.
So that means he out there cutting coke, baking soda, getting it cracking. Oh, but there's another one. There's a bunch, but I just chose the top 3 what the fuck comments that he made, to me at least. The most recent, Maxine Waters. You know, when she was saying what she was saying, he interrupted the question he was getting asked by the other dick tickle dude that he always has on his show. I didn't hear a word she said. I was too busy looking at the James Brown wig. I'm like, bruh, you gotta know when to shut the fuck up.
Hey, he's one of those guys that once he thinks it automatically comes out. Like he you know how normal people have it. You think something in your head, it goes through a few different phases before it leaves your mouth.
Yeah,
you're thinking about what you said.
Exactly. It goes
through
the crunches a little bit.
Yeah, he just goes.
The wheels start
He
turning.
thinks about it and immediately comes out. I don't even think he realized what he said half the time when he says it.
There's
Like he may realize it like after the fact. Like, wait a minute, I just said that shit.
There's no way he doesn't realize it till after the fact, especially when he was telling girls, "Oh yeah, she got her first orgasm after phone fucking me." His brother Bill, you better get with it. Yo, what's good with the Bills in this world? It's cats with them like regular ass name, Roger L, Bill O'Reilly, Bill. Hey, Kevin, what you got? Hey, what's going on, nigga?
Nah. As honestly as common sounding as my name is, there's not many people with it.
Yeah, so shout out to Bill O'Reilly. Now, one thing that I do kind of see happening, because we talked about it on the show, think about it. Picture it. Sicily. For all the kids that grew up with parents that watched Golden Girls and you had no choice but to watch it when you were younger.
Hey, Golden Girls had some gems.
Golden Girl did have some gems. Hey, what was the old freak?
I wouldn't have touched none of them.
Hey,
but a 10-foot pole.
Her old ass could have got it. She has decades of experience. I've never had decades of experience in my life.
I don't want decades of experience.
No, I wouldn't hit though. I'm not trying to just deal with all that baby powder, but but anyway, that's beyond the point. Anyway, picture it. Bill O'Reilly gets fired for sexual harassment. Mm-hmm. Fox is starting to really outside looking in. What the appearance they're trying to create is that Fox is all about women's rights. Mm-hmm. Tommy Loren just fired for supporting women's rights, who has just as crazy as comments as Bill O'Reilly does. Mm-hmm. Bill's gone. Tommy's available. She's about to be one of the biggest motherfuckers from ever come out of Fox, bro.
You know what? I can totally see that shit.
There's gonna be the Tommy factor or whatever the hell it's gonna be called.
I can see that.
They're gonna need another dude. Like Bill O'Reilly was their guy for a while.
He was their Larry King.
Exactly. He was their Larry King. He was their LL Cool J to their Def Jam. Mm-hmm. They need somebody else. And Tommy just so happens to be available. And you know she still got all of that shit still built up inside that evil ass body. Mm-hmm. And she can't wait to let off, especially with her being fired. Oh, I know she got some shit she want to say.
I can see it.
The slot is open.
I can definitely see that.
The slot is open. Shout out to Bill O'Reilly. I would love to have him on the show. We'd have a great conversation.
I would too. I would have fun with that.
I would have too much fun with that.
I would
camera the shit out that interview.
Oh my god! When they was talking about it, they showed they showed that interview. You met, bruh. I was rolling. I forgot about that when I was rolling.
Oh man! So it looks like we've been going for a little bit, man. These shows seem to just fly by.
They do.
I guess we could open up we still need to come up with a name, this internet conversation or whatever the hell you want to call it. The social media shake up, whatever. So one of the things that shook up social media was the announcement, the one that everybody wanted to get pregnant, then got pregnant. Congratulations to Serena Williams and her fiance Alexis Ohanian or whatever, however you pronounce the last name. She put out a snap saying that she was 22 weeks pregnant. Well, she just said 22 weeks and she showed like a little baby bump or whatever. And Facebook exploded.
Yep.
So to kind of bring it into the conversation, I really want to know how everybody feels about that.
Well, I've been seeing a couple of different things. I've been seeing some people praise her like, oh, congratulations. And especially her last match that she won, she was pregnant. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I've been seeing congratulations. But then I've also been seeing, and it sucks because it's within the black community.
Oh, yeah.
But I've been seeing, and it's crazy because there's a lot of women.
Oh, about her, it being an interracial baby?
Yeah, I've been seeing that, but these are the same women that was calling her manly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You attracted to this manly built. It's just a lot of contradictory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and granted, I don't think, how you tear somebody down because they announce they're pregnant?
Right.
Like, what could you possibly be jealous about? You jealous about you ain't got a kid? Bitch, go get pregnant.
It's so simple.
It really is. You can have fun while you're doing it.
It's cats out here not pulling out willingly.
Exactly.
you can
go find one. They're on every corner.
Every corner. You can go get one like going to Walmart and getting some diapers.
Right. So I truly, I see what you did there.
See what I did there? Yeah. Exactly.
So I truly don't understand why people could come at somebody for announcing they're pregnant.
That's why I'm so curious to see how people feel about it, because everybody, you have the half of the people that are like praising her, like, oh my gosh, Serena Williams is pregnant. You have the few that's like, why couldn't it have been me? And then you have the people that are they're slandering her for being, in a interracial relationship. Like, I get it, black power and all that other good stuff, but love is love. Mm-hmm. Let them people live. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And just let that be that. But I really want to hear how people feel about it. I also want to hear about how people feel about Carmelo's possible baby with Diet Lala, with Lala Light.
Or Mr. Pibb Lala.
Right, exactly, with the Dr. Thunder of Lala. Now, that's actually something that's fairly new. Mm-hmm. So Melo allegedly got a girl that works at a gentleman's club. I don't know if she's a stripper or not. But
yeah, I've been saying she ain't a stripper, but I've been saying she is a stripper.
Exactly.
So,
but you know, people become strippers real quick when they break up a happy house.
This is true.
But allegedly, he has a girl 6 months pregnant currently. So we'll find out in 3 months what's good. But that ended their relationship.
I don't think. You know what? I don't know, because I've been seeing stuff saying that Lala cheated first, or whatever the case is.
I've been seeing that too.
You know what I mean? I don't think it goes for all of them, and I say this as wanting to be an NBA star. I don't think this goes for all of them, but a vast majority is gonna sleep around.
Oh yeah,
I would say about 90% is gonna sleep around.
When Kobe did it, I knew that everybody was doing it.
You know what I mean? So
Kobe got one of the baddest wives in the game.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I 90% of NBA players are going to cheat.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's very hard for me to believe that her getting with Melo when she didn't have that in her mind.
Right.
And I know she didn't have the it ain't gonna be me type attitude.
She probably was just waiting.
You know what I mean. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to be broken up.
No, apparently it's been a bunch of stuff that's been going on that's kind of been leading to this, and this was just a really shitty icing on the cake. Mm-hmm. You know, so he probably got caught up before. Like, unfortunately, you know, and anybody that knows me, I'm always trying to ride for the fact there are good black men out there. But unfortunately, like you said, a lot of these NBA players are pieces of shit when it comes down to their relationship. Mm-hmm. Like a solid majority of these cats, you know. So it's really hard to be in Carmelo's corner. So I'm just not. I'm just gonna sit back and look at these comments.
Yeah, all you do is sit back and watch. You can sit back and watch. Do. If he's smart, he better call Kobe.
That's the only option. But see, Kobe, you know, he dropped them M's on that ring and did that public apology. You saw the way his wife was looking at that entire time. Like, go ahead, say you're ashamed. You're ashamed, right?
Not only with that whole thing, Kobe still won after that.
Yep.
So that's different. But he better call and get some ring.
He got his wife back.
What you do, even though I don't want you on my team, what you do is you call Kobe, you figure out what you're gonna do, then you call LeBron and be like, "Hey, bruh, I need a ring ASAP."
Right. What you doing? What you doing on Tuesday?
Exactly.
But you know what though, and this is no shade because I know I'm gonna get some bullshit about it. But this is no shade at Kobe's wife. But there's a difference when the wife is making her money from her husband making the money to put her in that position to make money. And then there's a difference when the wife comes in with her own money.
You're right.
To match your money.
You're absolutely right about that because Lala had her own money well before Carmelo was in the game.
If they break up, she's going to be good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they're married. Mm-hmm. You know what that ticket's about to look like?
Yeah, he's going to have to come out of pocket. But like you said, she had money before he was even in the NBA.
Right.
Because she was on MTV long before
he was in the NBA.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So she had money before then, but like you said, they married. You know what I mean? And to my knowledge, the state of New York don't play about that
at all.
So, good luck, Melo.
Best of luck to you.
We'll see you next season.
Damn. So between Derrick Rose and Melo, boy, New York, they're like, man, we done. We cool.
Yeah,
we're good. We're gonna just stop right here. Mm-hmm. This is why everybody leaves us. Everybody else left us and got a ring.
If New York is smart, man, they better get Phil Jackson the fuck up out of there.
That's the only option. And that's crazy when you're in a position that you want Phil Jackson away from your franchise.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they better get him the fuck up out of there. But it is what it is, I guess.
Like I said, people, we want to hear the conversation in the comments. I noticed that as I request this, people haven't been doing it. I really want to hear how y'all feel about these babies. I'm really interested to hear how y'all feel about these babies.
Are you mad because you didn't get a baby?
Are you upset that you don't have that Melo baby? Mm-hmm. Are you upset that you didn't shoot the club up with Serena Williams?
Right.
Let us know in the comments. No matter where you're listening to, they all have comment sections.
Mm-hmm. Does Spreaker got comment sections?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Spreaker got it. I think only one that don't have it is iTunes. Okay. But if you are listening on iTunes, go ahead, that 5-star, you know. Help the squad out.
Yeah.
Kev, where can they find you at? Yep.
Find me _Hollywood Kev on Twitter. The same for my Instagram. Been trying to be a little bit more active on Twitter. I've been kind of not lately.
Oh, yeah,
been acting like Los and shit.
Oh, no, I've been on because I just saw Dwayne was trying to talk shit.
You just seen that today.
Exactly. You geriatric bastard. How's your back? Hope it hurt. Kick you in your back.
You can eat a bowl of runny shit.
How about no?
about that?
How about no? How about you jump? Just jump.
Los, where can I find you?
At Big Los UTC on Twitter. Facebook, Carlos Low Sampson. Follow me. Don't add me.
Add him.
Y'all can add me if y'all want to.
Add him. I got his password. I'm gonna accept every one of
you
y'all.
gonna get set up just like Ifini, the little French chick with the gigantic titties, who just has titties out. Exactly. I don't know. Dude, listen, this is why I always tell people to follow me, don't add me. You see all of these pages with these dummy attractive women with all the breasts that you could possibly think of pushed up to the gods. And why you want to be my friend? I'm only okay on a good day. You want to be my friend? You tripping. So, I have very, very big trust issues. So follow me, don't add me. Make sure y'all follow the Beat Network Instagram page. Make sure y'all follow us on Twitter. On Twitter, it is BEAT, all capital, _ network. On the Instagram page, at Beat Network. Make sure y'all check out beatnetworkonline.com. Holla at the merch. Get that up in you. Or get that up on you, rather. No Bill Cosby. No Bill O'Reilly either. No bills.
No bills.
No bills. What else? What else we gonna be plug at the end of these?
Sure, I think that was it.
Well,
We got Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah.
Man, we got it. Stay locked in, man.
Stay locked in. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the Facebook page. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate you guys participating. And as always, it's Big Los.
It's Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.